Caesar. I am going to narrate a one-act play from Senior Intermediate Prose. The name of the play is Mother's Day, written by J.B.Priestley. And I will give a snapshot about the play in detail. Mother's Day is a play which depicts a sorrowful condition of a mother in a family and the problems, humiliations, negligence which fill her life with pain in her family life. J.B.Priestley portrays the status of a mother in a family, her negligible condition, how her services have been treated as futile, and points out stark questions. And he humorously explores Mrs. Pearson's panicky condition and how he is saved by her neighboress, Mrs. Fitzroy. Mrs. Pearson has a son by name Cyril Pearson. Her husband, Mr. Pearson, and her daughter. These characters depict real mundane replicas of family and how a woman and her life are not given a respectable condition. Mrs. Pearson is very much fond of her family, whereas her family doesn't have the same reciprocation. She takes care of all household works with great importance and she pays attention to everyone, but no one pays attention to her. This is all observed by her neighboress, Mrs. Fitzroy, and she takes pity for Mrs. Pearson, and they play a tricky game and they change souls and the bodies remain the same. Mrs. Fitzroy enters Mrs. Pearson's body and Mrs. Pearson enters Fitzroy's body. So this change of bodies is only recognized by two ladies, Mrs. Fitzroy and Mrs. Annie Pearson. Annie Pearson's husband, son, daughter. They didn't know what had happened, and this shift of souls is an unknown fact for them. As usually, they start demanding for their daily needs, and she was bitterly dominated for their fulfillment of daily negotiations. How a daughter humiliates a mother can be understood from the dialogues which were deftly written by J.B.Priestley. A mother has all rights on her children. When Annie Pearson's daughter requests in a demanding manner to get her clothes ironed, Mrs. Pearson says, "I'm not here as a slave to serve you. You better iron your dresses on your own." Her daughter refutes, condemns, and shouts like anything at Mrs. Pearson. And she points out the physical qualities, appearance, and good looks of their neighbor with whom Mrs. Pearson's daughter was in love. Mrs. Pearson's daughter starts shedding tears. This is a beautiful scene depicted by J.B.Priestley. When this daughter goes to her father to inform how a sudden change has occurred in the mindset of Mrs. Annie Pearson, Mr. Pearson courageously, dominantly comes and stands before his wife, yells at her, tries to warn her strictly and finally kisses the rod. The narration was quite simple, easily discernible, and a beautiful family condition worsens and finally recoups at the end of the play. Mr. Cyril Pearson, son of Annie Pearson, he was a demanding child. He asks everything to be done. He never takes care of his family, he takes care of his mother and expects everything to be easily done for him. Such a son he was. So finally he also understands how he can be treated properly, how she takes control over her entire family without losing emotions for them, without losing a healthy soft corner for them. And Mrs. Fitzgerald does everything for Mrs. Pearson while remaining her soul in her body, and a clear shift of souls is again comes to a corrigible end at the end of the play. So J.B.Priestley is a deft dramatist. He makes the characters speak in a realistic sense. His characters depict realistic conditions. He portrays each and every character with life. He never takes situations, conversations beyond the range of human imagination and imagery. Whosoever goes through this play, they enjoy realistic characters and the fun which they produce through their conversations. And even this play is quite helpful for us to learn better about the norms of a healthy family. And a clear suggestion is made to correct our loopholes in characters and how we can develop a healthy communication and relation among family members. The play comes to a conclusion with the entire family sitting together around Mrs. Annie Pearson, and she asks her son and daughter to prepare food for the family and requests her husband to sit with her to discuss the family matters. And Mrs. Fitzgerald shuts this door and says, "It is the time for you all to play a nice game of rummy so that you can forget all painful arguments which were made just earlier." So this is how the play comes to an end. The entire family surrounds Mrs. Annie Pearson. They share laughter, fun and joy. This play is a beautiful narrative which stands as a replica for J.B.Priestley's skilled narrative technique, serene dialogues, masterly exposure towards dialogue writing, and the dialogues depict the innermost egos, emotions, and unforeseen twists in thinking. Thanks.